Hey, what's good, heavy hitters? So, you know, I try and come on here and I try and live the way say that I live, and I try and be at peace all the time. And, that's not always going to be the case because yesterday a situation arose that, was pretty close to costing my freedom, possibly my life, I ran into an enemy, and just because I'm trying to live a certain way doesn't mean that they're trying to live a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? So they, it came to this, it came to that, it came to a little of this, barking and stuff, and I could deal with all that, but pride and ego started to get involved. My girl's there, I'm trying to not look like a punk in front of my girl, yet not go to jail or prison over something that, those were years ago. You know what I mean? That I don't live that life anymore, but that doesn't mean that they don't. So, in the book it says, in order to receive the full benefits of the program, one must practice the principles even when no one's around. Well, even when someone is around, I need to practice those principles, especially where, the old lady's concerned, or my friends, or people I'm afraid of losing faith or face in front of, starting, looking like a, not a thug, but that's not what I'm trying to portray today. I'm not a thug today, I'm trying to be a productive member of society, and I've worked very hard at it. And other people aren't, they're still 50 years old riding bicycles around, panhandling to get a dime bag of whatever they're trying to do. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure it's the same thing they've been doing for 30 years. But, homeboy reaches in and says, I'm going to punch holes in you. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing? Am I just defending myself, or is this pride and ego stepping in? And, I gave him an out, I'm like, this is worse than gangbanging on Facebook, bro. Here you are saying you're going to punch holes in me in front of, all these witnesses. What, are you insane? If you really want to get me, you know what I mean? Like, we can always go have coffee somewhere sometime, even though I'm not trying to live that way today. So it's going to happen to you guys, you know what I mean? Especially if you used to be in the life, and there's still people who hold grudges, you know what I mean? They're not trying to live the way that we're trying to live. And fortunately, I got to look at a shirt that was in the back seat of my car, and it says, I don't know how my story ends, but it'll never say that I quit. And I really, really needed to see that because, I sort of felt like quitting yesterday and just getting busy with dude, because pride and ego was, and I'm not trying to live that way, as I've said 15 times now. But I was so heated yesterday when I walked away from that situation, when we got out of that situation, that, I was still very much affected and still wanted to really, really have some fun with dude, because he ignited that in me, and I don't like that. I stayed on an anger high for a couple of hours, and I'm having to portray that I wasn't angry in front of my girl. You can tell by my driving, by the tension that and I know a way to get out of that, I just have to ask God to relieve me of the bondage of self, but I just couldn't find it in me to ask because I was so stuck in that. So anyway, listen guys, I'm trying to put together a new line of shirts. So you guys all seen the first edition. I only have a few left of the first edition. So I have a few of these ones, which happen to be one of my favorites. Let me see if I can get it right for you. So it says, I don't know how my story ends, but it will never say that I quit. And there's a badger, and it's got, the badger's got a bunch of porcupine needles sticking out of him. So I guess this isn't going to show it very well, although I am trying. So, all right, I got a couple of those in a few sizes left. I'd rather eat crumbs with bums than steaks with snakes. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks very poor how I'm trying to show it, but that's what I need to get the camera from Mike for. Some people want it to happen. Some people need it to happen, but heavy hitters make it happen. I got a few shirts left in that size. That sizing is everything right now. So what I'm doing is I'll do 2 for $32, and then $5 shipping. So so it's a little bit more than $5 shipping, but I'll cover the rest. And then of course we got on that next level. This happens to be one of my favorites because we're on that next level. We're really striving to be not average, man. We're not trying to be average anymore. We're trying to be a productive member of society with a job. No more excuses. Time to step up and grow up, you know? It's difficult. It's very difficult, guys. And for you youngsters out there, you pups that are doing it, man, nothing but respect to you guys. You know, if you're already doing it, you're already ahead of the game, man. You're winning. I promise you that. You know, a couple seconds of poor judgment, I could have been in the mix. You know, thinking, well, I better get him before he gets me. That's old thinking. You know, fortunately, I didn't act on that. I did think that way, but I don't know. Things are going to rise, and I suppose it's the gods challenging me. You know what I mean? It's from time to time, I guess, we get to see where Badger really is with Badger, you know, and I'm grateful for it. What can I say? You know, I get to find out where I really do stand, you know. I cannot picture myself entering the county jail again, dressing out into a blue jumpsuit and being told what to do again. I just can't picture it. You know, I'll tell you what, this orange jumpsuit, this one pays, guys. You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm doing it, you know, 30 years late, but I guess I'm doing it right on time, you know, because 30 years ago I couldn't have mustered up the behavior that I have today. I don't know, man. I know this. I'm grateful to all you guys in your comments because a lot of times you guys pull me up and out of the dirt and dust me off, and you know what I mean, get knocked down 7 times, get back up 8, you know, and sometimes I need that, you know, I really do. Hey Joey, salute, man, on your channel. I'm glad to see they've monetized you. That's wonderful. It's not all it's cut out to be, but you know what, like I said, the platform and being told that you're helping someone else, man, priceless. You cannot put a price on it. You know, especially when you got people from Norway, Japan, Korea, Finland, Ireland, you know, like every place, you know, just bam, bam. My girl's just she blew me some kisses. How sweet, huh? People from everywhere, man, you know, like White Light Rising. You know, that boy, we never met, but we talk all the time on Instagram, you know what I mean, shooting back and forth. Eminem, I called and dumped on him the other day, you know, about situations going on, you know. My commitment to that bet is like 3.5 months left. I only have 3.5 more months until I commit it on paying for that bet at the Sober Living. And let me tell you, that gets old. Living with 20 men that aren't in the same frame of mind, once again, it gets old, you know, but like I use everybody as a tool, you know, and I see their behaviors and how they're acting, and I think to myself, I don't want to appear that way in anybody's eye, you know, so I don't act that way, you know what I mean, like I said. And then I see the humble guy who's barbecuing and he feeds the next guy that comes in because he has something and the other guy doesn't. You know, I always keep like an extra case of Top Ramens, you know, the bare naked, you know, kitty spread. So when they come in, they don't have nothing to eat. A Top Ramen's gonna do it, man. It's gonna make their day. I can guarantee you that. I'm not rolling to where I could be throwing out porterhouses or ribeyes to them all day, but I guess I can guarantee you, you know what I mean, they're gonna get a soup and they're gonna have something in their gut until they get their ass up, get over to the food bank, and get what they gotta get, you know, because nobody did it for me. I had to do all that on the bus, you know, I had to do everything. So if I can do it to make sure that I'm fed, they can do it. You know, most people don't even want to go help themselves these days unless somebody's willing to give them a ride. You know what I mean? I had to find a place to go where they would give me, you know, the food bank would give me food. I had to take the bus there. It was a job, but guess what? I stayed eating. I didn't have to ask anybody in the house for anything. And that's what I mean by giving back, you know? For those of you that reached out and touched me for my birthday, thank you again very much, man. I appreciate the dinners, you know. You guys are fabulous. I love you. I can say that from the bottom of my heart today. I love every one of you out there, man, that are trying to do something different with your life. All that other nonsense is so average. Mouthing off to the cops and whatever, that's just so small, you know, and I'm not trying to be small like that today. So I'm grateful that situation arose. I know this, should I see this other individual in a different type of zone, I'll try and figure out, well, we'll just see how it plays out. I'm sure that God's wouldn't put me in that position, you know, because yeah, it wouldn't be good, you know, even if I didn't want to. I would definitely have to get busy, and you know, I still like to throw down every now and then. It's pretty fun, you know what I mean? But it wouldn't be a fun situation. It would be an enemy on enemy situation, and I try not to have too many enemies today. You know, I try and be as helpful to the next man as I can be. I just look at them like they're sick, you know, because they're sick. And in the book it says, you know, would you treat a dying friend like that? And that's what these addicts out here are. They're dying and they're killing themselves basically, and he just doesn't happen to be a friend, but that doesn't mean I have to. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down, right? I'm sure you are, because I just wanted to say, like, I slip into that still. You know, I come from a different lifestyle that under different circumstances, had I been living the way I used to live, we'd both be probably sitting in jail today, or in the hospital, or a morgue, or something like that. You know, that's how serious it is. And the guy's no slouch. You know what I mean? He's a lot bigger than the average guy, let's just say that. So, you know, and when you start talking about punching holes in me, of course I go into fear, so I'm going to do everything I can to win. Win and get out of there would be my whole goal, you know? Yeah, once again, I don't believe that the gods have put me in an alley with this individual and to see how it played out. I don't believe that my gods would do that to me. So I just wanted you guys to know things do happen. Yeah. And it's how I handled it, you know. Had I gotten mouthy and this and that, I probably would have gone down a different way. I did let him know that it wasn't in fear of him, you know what I mean? I fear no man. You know, as you guys have informed me, I was born to live. You know, death just happens to be part of the ticket in the end. You know, and I'm not trying to rush the end. I'm already on the back nine. Somebody asked, it was so cute, said, what does the back nine mean? Well, get into a game of golf sometime, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I lived the first half of this life wrong, and I'm trying to make up for it with the second half. You know, I have a beautiful girl that, you know, I feel unworthy of sometimes. She's awesome. She keeps me in check. She doesn't let me slouch on shit, you know. She doesn't let me get away with shit. She doesn't let me pout about shit, you know. And I try and do all those things because I'm still just a retarded 14-year-old at heart, you know. And she's not going for that. And she's, you know, quite a bit younger than me, but she still isn't going for that. And that's awesome, you know what I mean? She makes me be a better person, you know. She makes me work on being a better person. I still have trust issues. I got all these other issues that she hasn't given me any reason to doubt or question. So as long as we stay on that page, then all right, I'll be out of here in like 2 minutes, right, bud? Okay. All right, thank you. So that's security coming in and telling me that we got to wrap it up here. Guys, just enjoy every day, man. You know, I'm so grateful that I'm free today, and I'm sitting down here at a pool, and the security guard's telling me that I got to leave the pool area and not, you know, clothing exchange or line it up for court or anything along those lines. You know, yeah, I'm really grateful for that today. So, as I was saying, you know, things are going pretty good between Harriet and I. It's a pleasure to wake up and see her every day. We're becoming really close friends, as well as, you know, whatever other part you want to call us, boyfriend, girlfriend, a couple. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. So I hope you guys are getting to enjoy that. Make some good decisions for yourself, man. You know, really make some good decisions for yourself. Once again, I'm still trying to get the camera from Mike and get the ball rolling. Things are really busy for me right now, and that's a good thing. Trying to play catch up. Harriet's CV joint ended up costing like $800 when we thought it was gonna be free, done by Mike, and it just turned into this and that and blah blah blah. And during the meantime, on my car, the hoses went out at summertime. You know, anything that Murphy's Law, anything that could go wrong has. You know, and I hope that ride's over. I hope we can get back on a good ride. I can start getting called out for work on a regular basis. I'm hoping to build a channel, and I'm hoping to, you know, help some of you pups stay out of dangerous situations and let you know I'm okay with myself today. I can put my head down, you know what I mean? I'm a man. I didn't do anything. It wasn't like a back down situation. I just didn't feed into the situation to where I had to lose my freedom. And for that, I'm grateful. So if I could tell you guys anything today, and that would be for you to live in gratitude. You know what I mean? Live to be grateful, man. I didn't even know what the word meant at one point. I got what I got coming because I'm that guy, is how I figured at one time. And I don't live that way today. So remember, some people want it to happen, some people need it to happen, but heavy hitters make it happen. When they're not breathing Bria because their, you know, lungs are killing them, they're old. So nothing but love and respect shot to you guys, all right? Thanks for tuning in. Joey, keep pushing on your channel. Herc, shout out. 23-1, shout out. Anyway, you guys, white light, you know, the whole list. Shout out to y'all. Love and respect. Later.